what's the typical sales cycle once it goes to an account executive? What happens? So now let's move on to your, sales cycle and bottom of funnel, right? So once somebody discovers you,
Sure.
once they realize that, okay, this is an interesting platform, what happens after that? Just talk through to that entire sales cycle. Maybe you could just pick a customer or so to help us really understand what happens during those, discussions and negotiations as well.
Yeah. So it really depends who the job title is and if they're hitting tier one or tier two. Um, if it's tier one, often we'll just use a calendar scheduler, uh, and go right to the AE, especially if they're within the ideal customer profile. We rank, it gets a high score. So sometimes we'll just assume that it's qualified, skip the SDRs, go right to the account executives. In other times, it just depends. Are they hitting tier one or tier two? Tier two being just content leads. These aren't people who have asked to speak to sales.
Yeah.
They're just getting educated. So we usually leave them alone. But if they hit a piece of content 3-4 times, then somebody will reach out with more of the understanding of asking why. Like, why have you been looking up that content? What are you trying to look for? How can we help you? We often try and have a 24-hour response time SLA to those leads because, again, they're not hand raisers saying, I'm ready, talk to me. Tier one leads being free trials or talk to sales. We'll take a sales assisted approach to those to help guide them through the trial if that's the path they took, or to help qualify to put them in touch with the right account executives, depending on their needs as well.
Right. And like, what's the typical sales cycle once it goes to an account executive? What happens? So, like, how much time
Yeah,
does it
like
really take to close that first deal?
90 to 100 days. And, we're very focused at constantly driving down those timelines.
Mhm. Got it. And what really happens during those 90 to 100 days? Is it just convincing them? Maybe do you have any POVs because they've already signed up for a trial or something?
No POVs. The trial is that, it's really about navigating evaluation, building out the ROI business case. We have a nice ROI calculator at Cognota, and just helping them on their journey, navigating not only to build the business case internally and where to get budget, but also um, just info security and legal, right? You
Got it.
selling to big companies, you have to have a trust center. You have to have your info security and auditing process like down pat.
Yeah. Yeah. So I missed a question asking you a question, right? So like
Sure.
exactly 12 months before, right? How many customers did you have on your platform approximately?
About 40.
40. So you've grown by around 60 customers or so in the last 12 months, something like that.
Yeah, like about 155% annualized growth rate.
Mhm.
And it should be better this year.
Got it.
We're not
So now
really
my
seeing an
question is, right?
impact.
So to be able to close these 60 new deals, right? So how much of your top of funnel sort of leads did you actually needed? Right? How many sort of came to your tier one, whatever that you call, and how many came to your tier two, and what's the conversion rate like? Because like 60 deals, I'm assuming given the 10%, you should have poured at least 600 thousands of leads in that funnel, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
how
yeah,
does that number look like?
we're pushing to get like our win rates towards 25,
20.
30% this
Got it.
year.
And this is from the first touch point, the moment you classify them as a tier one
From a qualified
qualified,
sales
right?
accepted lead perspective.
Got it.
We don't really measure outside of that because, again, a lot of them are just like content viewers and whatnot. And part of being a category creator for LearnOps is that you're going to get a lot of people just learning about the category, learning about what LearnOps is. And we don't want to bug those people. We just want them to know that we're available to help them along their journey if they need help.
Got it. Thanks for watching the B2B SaaS podcast channel. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel here.